Let's make some money here. How many want to make some money? How many want to make some money? Okay, let's do some math.
The king of high-ticket sales. World's highest paid consultant. Media celebrity. Multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Acclaimed TEDx speaker. International best-selling author. Dan Lok.
So let's say you pay $1 per click to your webinar, per click to your webinar registration page. Let's say you get 25%, like rough numbers, 25% of visitors to sign up for your webinar. So 1,000 visitors, a buck each equals $1,000 in ad spend. How much ad spend? $1,000 in ad spend. So 1,000 visitors, 25% sign up for your webinar. That's 250 registers. Yes, you got it? 25 people register for the thing. So let's say only 100 people showed up on your webinar. I want to use bad numbers. Forget about 80%, 50%. Let's use like 20, 30% only would show up. So out of 250 people, 100 show up on your webinar. You with me so far? Yes? Okay. Now just spend $1,000 to get 100 qualified prospects to watch your webinar. Out of 100 prospects, let's say 10% schedule an appointment with you. So at the end of your webinar, depends on what you sell. If you follow my methodology, I like to drive them to a telephone call. To a telephone call. So I talk about the offer, and I drive them to a telephone call when you sell a high ticket. So out of the 100 prospects, 10% schedule an appointment with you. Let's say you talk to 10 prospects, not 50, not 100, 10 prospects, and close 2. Is that a fair number? Okay, 10 prospects, close 2, very conservative, right? Let's say your high ticket offer sells for 5K, say 5K. So you spend $1,000 in ad spend, and you made 10K. That's how a webinar works. Let me ask you a question. Here's the thing. So 250 people registered for the webinar. Only 100 people showed up, right? What happens to that 150 people, the other, who have not shown up? They can get a replay? And can follow up. Are they still on your list? Yeah. That's just because they don't watch your webinar now does that mean they don't watch it later? They're still building your list.
So Dan, is that the reality about a buck?
Depends on your niche. But if you're in an investment niche, it would be higher, obviously, right? Insurance, financial is always higher.
Range. I've never done it personally.
If you want to do local, it's always more expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to do like target, depends on like high net worth people, that's always more expensive.
It goes from a quarter to...
So, but the thing is, not so much focus on the click, it's the conversion and how your value of the client. Let's say on average, how much your client is worth. Like if they, on average,
10,000.
they say 10K. Okay, that's a good number. So you know, so would it be worth to you to spend $1,000 to get $10,000? Sure. Yeah. What about 2,000? What about 3,000? Because why the questions is important, and here's what I want you to get. People always think in terms of a marketing budget. Don't think about it in terms of marketing budget. Think in terms of this is how much each client is worth. Get this is important. How much my client is worth, and this is how much I'm willing to spend and buy and acquire that client. If I make 10K each client, let's say you have your fulfillment, your service, your time cost. Let's take that into consideration. The question you have to ask yourself is, am I willing to spend $1,000 to get 10K in revenue? Am I willing to spend 2K and get 10K in revenue? Whatever that threshold is, whatever the amount is for you, right? Once you get this, it's not a marketing budget question. It's how many customers you want to buy. That's it, and that's how you scale. You don't scale through manual labor. I'll say that again. I know you get it. You do not scale through manual labor. Face-to-face, networking. Anything requires your time, you can't scale because you only have so limited amount of time. I can put 10,000 people through my webinars. My work is the same. I can put 1,000 people through a webinar. It's the same. I can put one person through a webinar. It's the same. That's scale. That's building a business that scales, okay? So with these numbers, so depends on what you do, depends on niche. I'll give you one more tip. This is important. Not only is a very, very powerful sales process, it's a very, very powerful client disqualification process. It's a very powerful client disqualification process. Not every one of you would get this, but let me try to explain. Instead of you get a phone call and someone refers a client, potential client to you, and you jump on the phone and you get all excited and you start to talk about what you do, how do you know that person is the right fit? That person has not gone through what I call your indoctrination process. They don't know who the fuck you are. They don't know what you do. Put them through that first. Don't talk to them. I do not talk to any potential client unless they've gone through a whole bunch of stuff. I do not want to spend my time on the phone educating, convincing, and try to get them to buy. I'm not interested in that. By the time they're on the phone, we're just talking about terms. Is it affordable for them? That's it. So they're already like 50, 60% sold. I don't want to do the selling on the phone. That is hard. So put them through your webinar. Before, hey, you know what? Let's just meet. Hey, before we meet, watch my webinar. See if there's a need to meet. You know what I do? You know what I'm about? Here's the kind of clients I work with. Let's do that before we jump on the phone. Now, after they've gone through the webinar, if they don't contact you, it means what? Not a good fit. Great, you just save a whole bunch of time. If after the webinar, they still, yes, now I watch your webinar, it's awesome, I really want to meet, I really want to set up the phone call. Fine. Then have them send them a scheduling, like Schedule Ones or Calendly, whatever you want to use, have them book an appointment. You see the difference? The selling starts way before you get them on the phone. It starts way in here. By the time they get on the phone, it's just where the transaction takes place. The work is all done through here. That's what people don't see. That's what I'm very good at. Set this, yes, 2 minutes, okay? So let's take 2 minutes. How long? Discuss what I've just said. So, what have you learned from my talk, and how does it apply to you, and how do you take direct action? Comment below and let me know. If you have any other questions, you can also comment below. And don't forget, click on the subscribe button, turn on notification, and hit the bell. So every single time I upload a new video, you will get notified. If you want to watch my other videos, make sure you can check them out on the left. You can check out all the other videos that I have. We have hundreds of videos on YouTube. You want to expand on a topic? Check it out.